Sarah Johnson scrolled through her social media feed. Most posts were the usual, pictures of food, vacations, and funny animal videos. Then one post stopped her. It was a picture of a young man named David. He looked gaunt and tired. His plea for a kidney donor tugged at Sarah's heartstrings. Sarah didn't know David. They lived in different states. Still, something inside her told her to help. She couldn't explain it. It was an urge, a calling. She felt compelled to reach out. That day, Sarah sent David a message. She wanted to know more about his story. David responded immediately. He was surprised and touched by Sarah's message. He shared his story. He told her about his illness, his hopes, and his fears. Sarah read David's words carefully. She felt a surge of empathy for this stranger. His story resonated with her deeply. Without hesitation, Sarah made a decision. She would get tested to see if she was a match. The process was long and rigorous. There were blood tests, consultations, and psychological evaluations. Through it all, Sarah never wavered. Her resolve was strong. She was determined to help David. Weeks later, Sarah received the news she had been hoping for. She was a match. The doctors explained the risks and the recovery process. Sarah listened attentively. But in her heart, she already knew. She was meant to do this. The surgery was scheduled. Sarah and David met in person for the first time at the hospital. They were both nervous but excited. A bond began to form between them. They were connected by this selfless act of kindness. The surgery was a success. Sarah's kidney was successfully transplanted to David. As she recovered in her hospital bed, Sarah felt a profound sense of peace. She had given the gift of life. David recovered quickly. His body accepted the kidney. His health improved dramatically. He was full of gratitude for Sarah. She'd given him a second chance at life. He vowed to live his life to the fullest. Sarah and David stayed in touch. They would message or call each other. They shared stories about their lives. They celebrated milestones together. A beautiful friendship blossomed from the most unlikely of circumstances. David returned to his life, healthier and happier than ever before. He often thought of Sarah. He was eternally grateful for her generosity. He knew he could never repay her for what she had done. Section 4. A Twist of Fate. A year passed. Sarah's life had returned to normal. She thought of David often. She was happy knowing he was doing well. One day she received an email that would change everything. The email was from a DNA testing company. Sarah had recently taken a test out of curiosity. She wasn't expecting any surprises. But the email said otherwise. It said she had a close relative, a match she didn't recognize. Sarah's mind raced. She couldn't imagine who it could be. She contacted the company. They gave her some information about the match. It was a male. He lived in another state. His name was David. Suddenly it dawned on Sarah. Could it be? Could David, the recipient of her kidney, be related to her? It seemed impossible, yet deep down she felt a strange sense of certainty. Section 5. Unraveling the past. Driven by a mix of curiosity and apprehension, Sarah reached out to David. She told him about the DNA test. David was shocked. He had also taken a DNA test a few months back. He just hadn't gotten around to checking the results. David quickly logged into his account. He stared at the screen in disbelief. The results confirmed it. Sarah was his cousin. They shared a grandfather David had never known. The news spread through both families like wildfire. There was shock, confusion, and then slowly, acceptance. It was a mystery that had been hidden for generations. Now, thanks to Sarah's selfless act, it was revealed. Section 6. An unbreakable bond. Sarah and David arranged to meet again. This time it was different. They weren't just donor and recipient, they were family. The reunion was emotional. There were tears, hugs, and stories shared. They discovered a shared history they never knew existed. They learned about their grandfather's life. He had led a life full of adventure and hardship. He had made choices that had a ripple effect on generations to come. Choices that had ultimately brought Sarah and David together. Sarah's act of kindness had not only saved David's life, but had also revealed a family secret. It had brought two families together. It was a testament to the extraordinary outcomes that can arise from our most generous acts. Sarah and David's story is a reminder that we are all connected. It shows the power of kindness and the importance of family. It is a story that will stay with them forever, a bond forged in compassion and strengthened by fate.